Welcome everyone to Tuesday night Luke Live Online on Friday, because all week I didn't know what day it was. I've lost total track of the time, in part because I had this marvelous experience on Monday evening. I went to the Jewish Theological Seminary and I attended a presentation of this wonderful documentary, a new one, on Abraham Joshua Heschel, the wonderful humanitarian, the magnificent and eloquent representative of the Jewish community and all it has to offer people of faith and goodwill everywhere. His involvement in the civil rights movement, walking shoulder to shoulder, arm to arm with Martin Luther King, and many of his other accomplishments, particularly some of his writing. And I've just started his book called Sabbath. It's poetic, it's beautiful, it's a reminder to everyone, no matter our faith or tradition, that we need quiet time. And I hope perhaps that sometimes Luke Live Online gives you time for quiet reflection and meditation. Also, in addition to 2 masses that I celebrated this week, today I went to Union Theological Seminary, also up in the same area, the northwest portion of Manhattan, actually across the street from the Jewish Theological Seminary, and I observed a class on who? Can I remember that? Because I don't remember the day. I do. It was a class on Dietrich Bonhoeffer, taught by a guest lecturer, a wonderful woman named Dr. Jutta Kozlowski, and her class was presenting how they interpreted Bonhoeffer's life from the biography they had read and how they applied it to the conflicts of today. It was terrific, absolutely terrific. I am very, very blessed in my new role as the director of the Paulist Office for Ecumenical and Multi-Faith Relations. So you can find more about that in my role if you go to paulist.org and look on the scroll for the Ecumenical Office and Koinonia. That is the current newsletter, and sign up for it, please. It would be great to have you. So with that, all that said, I'm going to give you a short pericope, Luke chapter 12, verses 54 to 56, only 2 lines, but a lot to meditate on. Okay, so here we go. Jesus also said to the crowds, when you notice that a cloud is coming from the west, you say, it is going to rain. And so it does. And when you notice that the wind is blowing from the south, you say, it is going to be hot. And so it is. You hypocrites, you know how to interpret the appearance of this earth and of the sky. Why do you not know how to interpret the present time? 2 layers. 2 strands of thought. The first, like we were talking about Abraham Heschel and about Dietrich Bonhoeffer this week, universal. Doesn't matter where you're coming from. This challenge of Jesus can appeal to anybody and everyone, because basically he's saying, you notice the clouds coming up in the sky and the wind, how it's blowing, the temperature. Why? Because people are always anticipating what's coming, what's next. And he's saying that's hypocritical in a real sense, because goodness is here. Grace is open. God is present right here in the present. Live in the present moment. Will you? Because that's what matters most. And the more we can quiet the busyness of our mind and quiet still our hearts, that's when the best part of the future will unfold, will present itself. Live in the present. The second strand, of course, is for those of us who follow Jesus, in the sense that he is present. In the universal sense, God, however people understand God, God is always accessible, available for us. God is accessible through understanding the life of Jesus and his indwelling spirit within us. Again, anxiousness about tomorrow or what's going to happen, far better. We recognize that the Lord walks with us and we walk with the Lord. And that gift of the Spirit that we claim as the Holy Spirit, but other religions and denominations nuance it differently. But it's so much part of a deep spiritual reality to take heart. And so I'm going to close with a poem from Emily Dickinson. And by the way, Young at Heart tonight will have another poem by Emily Dickinson, but this one applies to what we've just been exploring, living in the present. She gives a marvelous description of the world, her world, the earth at sunset. And she holds it in our minds and caresses it to evoke this in our hearts. It's very present. She was present to what was present, which illustrates our thought for the day, whatever day it is. It is Friday. Okay. How the old mountain drips with sunset. How the hemlocks burn. How the dunbrake is draped in cinder by the wizard sun. How the old steeples hand the scarlet till the ball is full. Have I the lip of the flamingo that I dare to tell? Then how the fire ebbs like billows, touching all the grass, with a departing sapphire feature, as a duchess passed. How a small dusk crawls on the village, till the houses blot, and the odd flambeau, Oh, I have to read that last stanza again. How a small dusk crawls on the village, till the houses blot, and the odd flambeau no men carry glimmer on the street. There we go. And so, hold on to the present, savor it, linger with today's pericope. Luke chapter 12, verses 54 to 56. Claim the day. Know what day it is. It's Friday, April 8th. And have a wonderful weekend. And stay tuned, for shortly I will present Young Friday Night, Young at Heart. God bless everyone.